So not only did the Nottoway plantation mysteriously burn down right after Annabelle the doll made her way to Louisiana, but now the historic home of Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans, has just caught on fire as well. And no, this is not some little voodoo shop tourist trap. This is her real residence, and it's on St. Anne Street, and this home has such deep spiritual and cultural weight. The fire ended up damaging more than half of the building, and honestly, this feels like more than just a random accident. I've said this, and I'll say it again, if you've followed this entire Annabelle tour, there's been a really disturbing pattern. Think about the Nottoway plantation fire, and how people have been pointing out figures in the flames, ones that looked like trapped spirits finally being released. And some people say that you can see the silhouettes, like even a figure hanging in these photos. And whether or not you believe this, it's impossible to ignore how eerie it is. And I really believe that these states that they're bringing Annabelle to aren't random. Like y'all, her first stop on the tour was the West Virginia State Penitentiary. And this is a site where Black inmates were historically exploited for labor and subjected to like brutal, racially motivated abuse, even though slavery had been over. And then there was the Black Swan Inn in Texas, and she's heading to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And you know, she started at the Warrens Occult Museum. So yes, it is like indisputable that Annabelle is associated with evil. So why are we connecting her to Marie Laveau's house? Marie Laveau is really powerful, spiritually, culturally, historically. Her legacy is sacred, but it's also been really heavily exploited. Like her image has been turned into like costumes and souvenirs. Like she has become a tourist trap. And in many ways, it seems like her power has been commodified without her consent. And like this house on St. Anne Street, this is not just some old building, it's where she actually lived. And it's a big part of who she was, obviously. It's not just this version that tourists hear about. So what if this was like a response, like a warning from whatever energy still exists there? Maybe it's a way of like them saying like enough of like all of these years of people using her name without respect, talking about her like she's some little ghost story. Annabelle keeps bringing down these places that are tied to pain, places that have like a dark history with racism and abuse and spiritual damage. And maybe this fire fits into that pattern. And come over here for longer freaky videos.